What's up everyone, welcome back to Senior Olympia Gaming. I have another collection video for you guys today, and this time it is Metallica. These guys don't really put out as much rare stuff as Megadeth does, but there's a bunch of singles here that's fun to look at. Here is a poster from the Reload era that they got from one of the CD singles. Some honorable mentions. This is the Newstead EP. Really good. I feel like they should have kept going as a band. This is the full-length album. The EP has 2 songs that aren't on the full length, so it's good to have both of these things. Really like a bunch of songs on that. And then we'll get going with the Metallica CDs proper. The first album here, Kill 'Em All, from 1983. There you go. And then Ride the Lightning came out a year after, which I always seem to forget. I always feel like there was a bit more time passing since the first 2 albums. But that was how they did it back in the day, I guess. Master of Puppets, we all know this one. One of the greatest heavy metal albums of all time. This was 2 years later, 1986. They had 2 whole years to come up with that one. And then we have Injustice for All, which, if I had to choose, would probably be what I consider their best work. And then we have a 1 single. This is funny. Look at those guys. Look at those guys. Look at Jason's glasses. And you know what? There's a sneaky little foreshadowing here. If you look at the description of the last song, it says, what does it say? There's no bass. So they told us ahead of time, guys. They told us ahead of time. The Black Album. There's that. We all know that one. And then here is 1996's Load. Very important to me. The very first cassette tape I ever bought was a cassette tape of Load. And incidentally, it came out on my birthday. Here is the singles that I was talking about. Until It Sleeps. FOBD is the demo version of Until It Sleeps. Stands for Fell on Black Days. The guys felt that it sounded like a Soundgarden song. Hero of the Day has 2 Motorhead covers on it, and a demo called Moldy. And then after that, we have the Mama Said, all of these Inkblot single covers. I really like that. This one has, another early demo version. Metallica's demos usually just comprise like the audio tracks and James humming. 1997's Reload. I like this album because it really surprised me when it came out that they released 2 albums so close together. Here is The Memory Remains. This is where it gets funky. So this is the one with the DJ Spooky Bells remix that was on the Spawn album. And then we have another Memory Remains single, but this time it has Fuel for Fire and the demo version of the song called Memory. And then we have another Memory Remains single, this time in bleu. And this has the extended version of the Outlaw Torn and the tepid mix of King Nothing, which is, I think, is just a slower version of the song. And I have 2 copies of that, so if you want it, holler at me in the comments. I'll send it to you. I have the Unforgiven 2. There you go. And this one has a few live songs, nothing really special with this single. We have Garage Inc., one of my favorite albums by them. It sounds so good. It was mixed so good, this whole album. And then I thought I had more singles from this release, but I guess I only had one, which is the Turn the Page single. And this is the bonus free poster. That's probably where I got that Metallica poster that I showed you at the beginning. Has 2 songs and the Fuel video, which is a pretty good video. And then we have 1999's S&M, which is a really good live album with the symphony. I actually prefer that version of Master of Puppets to the studio one. And then we have here 2003's much maligned Saint Anger. This version of the CD is the one with the live rehearsals. So there's the CD on the right. This is this live DVD, which in my opinion sounds way better than the actual studio recordings. The drums are way less harsh on that. So if you can ever find the audio of that, you should listen to that instead. There's some sort of online code for this. I forget what's on there. I think it might be some live, like free live tracks. There's the Saint Anger art, art that I adore. We have a few singles here. The Saint Anger single, which has a bunch of Ramones covers. Today Your Love, Tomorrow the World, Sniff Some Glue, Commando. Yeah. Again, really love the artwork, the inside artwork of the Saint Anger era. This is some kind of monster EP, which has this edited version of the song, which is far superior to the one on the main album, and a bunch of live tracks there as well. And then we have 2008's Death Magnetic. Again, this is also pretty special to me because this came out in September of 2008, and it came out a few days before I left my home country for Canada. So very significant album. I also call it, here's Beyond Magnetic, which came out a few years later, the EP. One of their very few EPs of extra songs. These guys have never been ones to make too many songs. The Through the Never soundtrack, which isn't isn't the greatest, but it's there for completion. The artwork is nice. It's also, again, in a paper case. Yes, Death Magnetic started their paper era of CD cases. We have here the deluxe version of Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Now this is a triple CD. The main album is divided into 2 CDs, and then the bonus CD has a really great live album on it and 4 bonus tracks, which are from covers of songs in that Lords of Summer track that they did. And I really like their Iron Maiden cover on that, so it's very worth having that bonus CD. We have the Garage Days Revisited re-release. There's that one. I also have it on vinyl. And their most recent CD release as of now is S&M 2. Very fine artwork on this one. The album itself isn't as great as the first one, but I really like the artwork. For vinyls, we don't have much. We have this, which is the limited orange vinyl that's been spinning. Garage Days Revisited. We have, because I said it's the best one, which I consider the best one, we have And Justice for All. We have S&M, which is, I feel like, one album that sounds great on vinyl, and Saint Anger, which I bought this one on vinyl because I love the artwork, especially this Pusshead one. And finally, we have this Hardwired to Self-Destruct vinyl. I bought this one because when they released the album, each of their versions had different combinations of the face, as you can see there. And one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Metallica piece is this poster, concert poster from 2018 for the last time they were here. Awesome, awesome artwork. Looks a little bit too much like Skeletor, but it's so nicely done. And that's it for my collection of the Metallica CDs and vinyl. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Have a good day, guys. Bye.